Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Today we're going to talk about the current dev stream that just came out yesterday at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. There's a lot of stuff that we need to cover, so let's just hop right into it. So, one of the first things that they spoke about was, the biggest one I think in my opinion, is Leatherface not required in the game to start the match. Now, to me, this is kind of like one of those things where it's just like, oh crap, how's that going to work? So this was like one of the biggest things that they spoke about, and this was one of the biggest topics in the game that they recently went over. And one of the things that I said about this character is that I feel like he needed more in his kit to kind of make his flow better. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting them to actually go for it. And I think what's going to be interesting is that like the thing about it is it sounds good, right? Because the good thing about it is you can try different team comps and you can kind of see what synergies work and what doesn't work. However, the negative side of it is you're still going to have pallets to deal with and crawl spaces. In my opinion, I would give Johnny something to kind of break the pallets and destroy crawl spaces if necessary, but it's because to me he's like a nerfed version of Leatherface if he got nerfed. So it seems to me that they just said, okay, we're gonna see how it works, right? Or we're gonna see that in some cases you actually need Leatherface to work in matches, because I think to me it seemed like they didn't really want to do this, because like Wes and Matt were doing the Q&A stream and they seemed like they didn't even want to, like they seemed annoyed at the fact that he's not required. But in my opinion, at least, I would have done it to where, to compensate for Leatherface not being a requirement, I would just give Johnny a perk, or just have Johnny spawn in the basement with an axe and break stuff. That's just my opinion on Johnny. I said this in a video reworks about Johnny, because to me, I think he's in a very bad spot right now. That's just my opinion. I'm going to stick to it, because that's just how I feel. Him not being a requirement, like the good things about it is, like I said, new team comps, and like for example, like Johnny, Sissy, and Cook, or Hitch, Cook, and Sissy, or Hitch, Johnny, and Sissy, depending on the situation. Because if it was me, I would just spawn Johnny in the basement, because I think that would make the most sense. And one of those things, it's like, who's spawning in the basement? How's the synergies going to work? Because I also, the other positive is that I think the lobbies will be way quicker, because not everybody wants to play Leatherface. I know he's the face of the game and stuff, but at the same time, not everybody wants to play him, and they probably just want to level up other characters, and I get that. But at the same time, I just think he needs something else to give him a compensation. Like, I would have given Leatherface his mallet, and I know they actually mentioned the mallet not being in the game or something. They said, how would that work? And like, he would have to like put the chainsaw down, go get the mallet, pick it up or something like that, and then he had to switch back and forth. Yet in Dead by Daylight they had a thing of, oh, if you want to use the he actually holds the mallet and the chainsaw at the same time, and he was switching between, like, anytime he M1'd with his basic attack, he would hold the chainsaw in the other hand and swing. So I don't understand why they couldn't do it in this game. It doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever that reasoning is, you know, they probably had an idea with it and it was scrapped and didn't work the way they wanted to, so I don't know. So the next thing that they spoke about was one of the things that was this new escape methods in future maps. So they're going to have different escape routes rather than fuse, valve, car battery, generator, and valve, I think. Did I already say valve? Valve, fuse, car battery, gen. I think those will definitely be something interesting, whatever that could be. They actually mentioned cars, so that'd be interesting if you see a truck coming by and you're just able to jump on the truck and just leave. That'd be actually crazy. One of the things that they also mentioned of upcoming features was in-game currency to purchase content. Now, this is something that should have happened at launch, in my opinion, to earn stuff in the game or buy stuff that doesn't cost money or something. I don't know. But one of the things I said about in-game currency is that you can actually buy stuff in-game without the DLC, like more executions or more just like recolors or like an actual skin for the character. Now, this is something that I'm glad they're actually going to do going forward. One of the things that I said about the, you know, things about this game is that it didn't have. I don't think it had enough content at launch. They could have added. I would have added the bloody skins as earnable like rewards or something if it was me personally. But at the same time, I'm glad they're doing this now, so we don't have to wait any longer. So this is actually a really good sign. Hoping when they do when they keep doing this going forward, like they said they had like 6 to 9 months worth of content. So I don't know. Maybe they just have it for this DLC or for the first film. So maybe if this is the first film content, then the next one would be TCM2. But that's just me. We'll see how it turns out for that stuff. But I'm glad that there is going to be in-game currency for actually buying stuff. So we'll see how that turns out. Next thing they talked about was new max level cap. So they're going to go past 99, so that's something to grind for if you need to if you want to just keep the game consistency, because after you reach 99, the game kind of gets stale and what you really do after that. So I'm glad that's going to be a nice little change. Player report system. I think they should. I think this is a good thing. So if you want to report somebody for specifically saying like slurs and just not anything, because when you report someone, it just says, "Oh, you report them," and then that's it. You don't really do anything else. So that's good, I guess. Minor visual verities for maps. This is also a good thing. I wish that would be great if it'd be nice to have like variants of like gas station or family house or anything of the sort to kind of give the game more freshness in terms of just having the same maps over and over again, but nothing changes. So that's actually pretty good. More languages, that's cool. Crossplay platform preference selection, that sounds, I don't know how I feel about that. Just like only facing Xbox players, only facing PlayStation 5 players, only facing PC players. I'd rather just play with everyone, if I'm being perfectly honest. Potential sledgehammer function for Leatherface. This is like the mallet thing I just spoke about, so I hope they do this. It would give him more fun in his kit, because Leatherface at the moment just isn't really like fun. Like he's okay, he's fun to play in some ways, but it's not like playing him like every single match. It's kind of obnoxious to me, because like I want to switch between different characters, so it's not too bad, but I'm okay with him having his hammer. Multiple kill selection, I think that's more executions, so that'd be something nice. Or different I can't think, or just different ways to kill people. That'd be actually pretty sick. They talk about a Steam Deck compatibility. That'd be nice. I don't know, what else am I gonna say? Balance and fixes. We're gonna get regular patches every 30 or 45 days. On those upcoming changes, they're making more stealth more effective, grappling mechanic changes, and adjustment to incentivize least used characters. So what that means is stealth being more utilized because to get a buff. Grappling, I'm hoping that they make it so when you win a grapple that you don't get insta-killed, because that would honestly make the game more fun for victims, if I'm being honest, because I main Leland, and I like to grapple people, and there's times where I win a grapple and I feel like I shouldn't get killed, but like I should have like a frame and then I can get hit afterwards. That would be perfectly fine with me, if they actually do it. Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case, and if they nerf grappling or something, or just I don't know what they're going to do with it, but they need to do something with it to make it more effective in some way. I don't mind. I mean, if they nerf grappler, I mean, it's whatever, but I'm saying at the same time, I think just the grappling, like going back and forth, if I win a grapple, I shouldn't get insta-killed. That's just my opinion. Adjustments to incentive least used characters, they're referring to Sonny, because Sonny's like probably the most killed survivor on the hook, so it makes sense for him to be like, I would just buff his toughness, and pretty much I don't know what else they could really do with him. Just buff his health and give him something, because his health is terrible. That's just not really a good thing to really have at the moment. Future content, they talked about a single player mode, like a museum mode, so you can kind of see like more about the info of the lore of the characters. Shirtless Johnny. Yeah, all the simps are happy now, because they actually confirmed a shirtless Johnny on stream, so that's actually kind of funny, but I'm just like, whatever. If it's a new cosmetic, so be it. DLC for Black Nancy, Danny, and the new map. That's coming within the end of the month, so that's actually really, really good that we're actually getting that. More family cosmetics within 60 days, which means we're probably not going to get killer cosmetics on probably within January of 2024 because it takes 60 days. One of the downsides to this stream was also without getting any killer cosmetics is they don't, or family cosmetics, there's nothing really there because I know the bloody skins came out, which should have been earnable. Victim skins took 60 days, so I don't know how they're going to do family, probably recolors or something, but they need to step up on the recolors. As well as another downside to the stream, there was no roadmap because they don't want to make false promises. I understand if they just want to, like, I get that. They don't want to make a false promise on making this and then it doesn't come out on this day. I get that, but people just want to have an incentive of what they're going to know going forward, like what comes after Nancy and Danny, what comes after like all this future content with like single player mode, you know, all this other stuff. You know, they want to know what's going to happen. You know, like what's going to happen after more environmental kills, earnable content through progression, perks, more voice lines, new mechanic cut from the behind the scenes, all that stuff. Like future environmental kills, that'd be something that I would hope they would look into. Earnable content through progression, like leveling up the characters, that's something that they should definitely do. New perks for the new characters, more voice lines wouldn't hurt, more lore and background, like what happens to them after they find out about Maria, what happens to more of the characters as they find out, like what happens after that. That'd be nice to know. Background of how everyone grew up, that type of stuff would be nice. Mechanics that were cut from the game, I would love to know how, if Grandpa had to have an execution or something along the lines of, because like the lore in the game doesn't make sense to me because the TCM lore is so weird because apparently this takes place before the 1984, so this happens 1974. I don't remember. This game is a content plan for long-term development. That's something that they should definitely look into. So this was kind of like a long thing because now the stream itself wasn't bad. I just think that not having a roadmap and not having hearing like, oh, soon about other things, they don't have to give us a release date for everything, because if they say that they just don't have the time to give an answer at the moment, I wouldn't mind. I know Wes talked about licensing, and he talked about how he obtains those licenses, and apparently he also confirmed that they would also be looking forward to getting other characters from the films, and apparently, so since this game takes place before the actual Texas Chainsaw Massacre itself, that it would take them a long time to get the movie characters from the movie itself, and I'm like, I don't think it matters if people want it or people have to wait for it. They probably would want the characters in the game, like Sally. That was an iconic character. Like, they want to get all the characters from every film. Me personally, I would love for like Chop Top from TCM2. I would love the 2003 one, or the reboots, like TCM 3D. I think would be nice if they added Heather or Edith or whatever her name was. That variant of Leatherface, that new version of Family House in that map, that'd be nice. Like, because they actually have like a carnival, like themed scene, and then that would be nice if they were able to add that to the game, or even the new one. I mean, if I know the Texas verse is so weird because of just how everything is. I know Bill Moseley plays. I think he also plays Chop Top, and he also played Cook in Texas Chainsaw 3D. So it'd be cool if he had like a variant version of Cook, of how he would have played him in the movie if he had more screen time. Thing with Edith, however, I don't know how that would fit, because I know she's like Leatherface's cousin, and on the gravestone of her mother it says Loretta Sissy Sawyer or whatever, and I'm like, so that's Sissy's kid, but apparently Sissy in this game and Sissy in the movie are not the same character, but apparently Sissy in 3D is like Leatherface's sister, so I'm just so confused how that's even a thing. I don't know. The lore is so messed up. I don't even know what the hell they're even thinking about half the time. But off to the side note for the game, yeah, I don't know what is going to happen. I think the Leatherface requirement thing is one of the biggest things that's changing, like having new team comps and having something fresh. Because I think one of the other positives for it is I think the lobby times will be way quicker. For that, because I know a lot of people do not like playing Leatherface, and I'm hoping that they add his hammer. I'm hoping that they just, because one of the things I have a problem with him is that he takes a long time to break a pallet. He takes a long time to destroy crawl spaces, so I'm hoping that they're buffing the speed of that to make it feel better to play. If he is able to destroy like pallets and vaults quicker, that would be so much easier. That's a positive on his part, because that would give me an incentive to try him out, and he'd be a lot better to play. I know I had friends that play Leatherface for hours and hours, and they say that, and they have a fun time playing the character. I'm not gonna like shit on you and say, oh wow, that's great, but I'm just saying that I think for me, like, I just want to variant play other characters to have more variety. So like if I play Leatherface for a game, and then I play him like for a couple matches, and I switch, like, and nobody else wants to play him, like, being forced to play him is a bad thing. So whatever they do, it's going to be interesting to see at the end of the month. I think the next patch for the 250 changes coming with Valve, and with Valve Slaughterhouse being adjusted, other stuff coming to the game for those 250 bug fixes and coming forward. The grappling changes won't come this next patch. It'll come the patch afterwards. So I'm guessing maybe when Nancy comes out with the Leatherface change. So with Nancy dropping to the game, it's going to be interesting to play her and Danny. One of the things that I'm going to really be interested in doing is when Nancy comes out, maybe me and Pixels will probably play together. We'll probably test out the character for content and see how that goes. I'll be happy to play with him the day it drops. I'm going to guess it's probably going to come out before Chucky on Dead by Daylight, so we're going to see how Nancy is. We're going to see how... There's going to be a lot of stuff in the game that's coming, so I'm glad TCM is sort of picking itself back up, because it has been a little bit stale since, I'm going to say probably when... before Nicotero came out, like, it was really stale, so we didn't really have anything really there for them to really give us. So I'm hoping that with this update, there's more incentives to play the game. I think with the 250 changes that are coming, like Grandpa cutscene, Slaughterhouse changes with Valve, Cook changes, you know, something to give with the grappling changes coming after that. The grappling stuff, I'm hoping... And if they do this right, I will be so fucking happy if they do this. But the negative sides I don't like, which is no roadmap, no questions that were kind of ignored in the diff stream. I forget what the questions were, but I was watching it with Old Head yesterday, and all of us were in chat, and we were just thinking, like, what's... So they kind of said a lot of soon TMs, a lot of stay tuned, and a lot of just no... There's like two... They didn't answer like two questions, but... Whatever this is coming, I'm hoping that this will make the game a lot better than it is now. So I'm hyped for next Tuesday for the bug fix patches, and we'll see how that will go since. So my rating on the dev stream, I would probably give it... The best I could give it is a 5, but there are some things that were questionable, like the no roadmap, and... the Leatherface requirement's probably like gonna be huge on their part, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10 for it. Shirtless Johnny, all the simps are gonna be on that, so that's gonna be crazy. Single player mode, and yeah, this is kind of a big patch with cosmetics, and on the anniversary they talked about a steel book coming, so that'll be interesting. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to give you guys a quick recap of some things, of what's coming. So yeah, this is definitely something to take a look into. I definitely think this will give the game a lot more life in some way, because this definitely needs to happen. But I'm glad they're not doing skill-based matchmaking, because that's completely stupid. But one of the things that I'm glad grappling is getting a rework, or whatever changes they're doing. If it's me personally, I would make it so grappling doesn't kill you when you win a grappling fight. But if you're actually struggling in the grappling phase, you should get insta-killed. That's just my opinion. If you're in a grapple and you're like actually struggling to grapple, you should get killed. If you win, you should have a frame of a second, or you should not get insta-killed. But we'll see how it happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping that this update brings out more people to come back to the game, with Nancy and Danny coming at the end of the month. I'm going to say probably on Tuesday, I don't know what month day that is, but I know it's going to be 2 weeks, so we're going to see how that comes. But until then, this is GroovyHotshot, and you guys know what to do. Like, comment, and sub. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, y'all know what to do, right? You sure? Oh, okay. As always, stay groovy.